Welcome to Married with Gaming. I'm Mike.
And I'm Jen.
And this is a retro review. Or flip through. Or look through.
And as you can see, today we are looking at the Dungeons and Dragons fantasy role-playing game, Redbox.
Yeah, the literal box that I actually got into. Actually, I've seen D&D before this, but this is the first one that I actually owned. So, we're going to go through it. And you have not really looked through all this, have you?
I have not.
In all these years, this is my dark secret from you. We just played AD&D.
Your dark secret from me that's been on the shelf in front of my face all these years, yes.
Well, let's go through it. One, this is the player's book, but artwork, impressions.
It's fine.
This is the greatest piece of artwork ever if you're 12 or 13.
Okay.
True story.
I mean, it looks like a dragon.
Yeah, I mean, flip through. One, it goes really actually start here. It shows you what role. And it gives you a character, which is a fighter to play. It says how to play it. We're going through it. I mean, it literally is a really good instruction of how to play the game. And that kind of takes you through this, and
That's kind of a cool piece of art. I like that.
It's really awkward, but yeah. As you go through this...
Why is it awkward?
Everybody has their first, and you weren't it.
Oh, I like that one too.
Well, this is a character that you meet when you go through Elena, the cleric, and then you learn your first loss.
Oh.
Yeah. I thought about running this as a intro adventure at one point, but I didn't. You know, I didn't want to traumatize people.
So how is this different from... So my first introduction was AD&D, right? When we were dating.
Yeah.
So how is this different from AD&D?
Well, it's, one, very basic.
Okay.
Hence, basic. This has the statistic bonuses are like +1, +2, +3. Really like that. Instead of like, you know, you like a +1 but +2 damage. Where AD&D has stuff like that when your strength is high. And it'll give you like a certain percentage to bend bars, lift gates. You know, it has...
Okay. This
just has flat pluses. Kind of like how 5th edition just has those flat pluses.
Okay.
And so this basically, I mean, the one thing I think about this game that's great, which I was young and would sit and look at, is the art. All this art.
Yeah, I like this art.
Black and white.
Yeah.
There's this is the solo adventure to play through.
Looks like he has snotty nose monster there.
You know what that is. And it also teaches you also how you can, when you're playing it solo, how to map.
Oh, that's fun, solo play.
So it kind of gives you that breakdown. And of course, being basic D&D, you're cleric, fighter, thief, and magic user, which are all human. Elves are like a fighter magic, you know, you're playing one in our other game. Halfling, dwarf. And with that, instead of like AD&D where you're an elf and you can pick classes, of course this is race's class. Kind of like what we're doing with OSC. With OSE, that's basically this repackaged.
Okay.
You know.
Does this have THAC0?
Yeah.
Oh,
in a way.
I hated THAC0.
In a way. But if you look at the character sheet, you can just write it on the line.
For math impaired individuals like myself, THAC0 was... Yes, it was.
But like Elmore does all these black and whites, which the cleric...
I like the black and whites better than the cover art. Does that make me bad?
No.
Okay. I like these black and white ones.
Yeah. And as you flip through, I'd say this is more Yeah, see.
Oh, super basic.
This is where you would target AC.
Oh, okay.
They don't call it THACO in this, but it is. So, yeah, and you just put this as to your. But yeah, in case you didn't have graph, couldn't obtain graph paper. All the spells, some sample characters. So in case you wanted to, you could just take cleric, and here's your stats. Here's your stuff.
Oh, nice.
I mean,
just to start quick.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
And kind of goes over the classes.
And then detailed spells.
But again, art, I think.
Yeah, this is nice.
Very much more evocative. And I think this art, to me, and is more evocative than some current games where it's all, heroes jumping around in a vibrant background that make no sense. Yeah. See, here's how you make a character. Kind of demos it. Elf, halfling, dwarf.
I mean, the print's small, so there's a lot of information in here, but it seems to be packaged in a pretty straightforward manner.
Yeah, so the biggest thing I think in this is, it basically shows you how to play the game, and it has really great art, and here's the character sheet to go photocopy.
Oh, nice, on the back.
Or, like most people,
just
rewrite it too.
I wish modern day books had stuff on the back to copy like that, because it's so much easier than creasing your book.
The other thing that's useful to this is, some OSR games have this where you open it up and the cover has info, instead of just a bunch of nonsense. And this is the DM's one, and basically kind of takes you down first game, kind of shows you how to run a game.
Yeah, okay.
Graphic and sample dungeons, and I'm just flipping through real quick because
and all the different rules for the different things. Yeah.
And surprisingly, like retainers, how sleep spells kind of a thing. This timekeeping, transferring. I mean, it has kind of like a lot of things that, to instruct a DM how to do things without that really, and see here, I put these arrows here, this is because the giant rat should be here, the normal one should be here, because, if you look, normal rat should have a quarter of a hit dice, which is 1 hit points. And the giant rat should have 2.
It was a misprint.
It was a switch. So
okay.
Writing in your books was not a bad thing, even though doing that was very painful to me.
Writing in books is always a bad thing.
Yeah, I just had to keep it keep it
straight.
This is basically short version of monsters instead of huge pages. Now some of that could be interesting.
Well, but also the print is really small.
But having a very terse thing, like what a ferret is, it's giant. It's a giant ferret. Kodo and Podo, giant size. Things like that. And, all the monsters. And so, literally...
Nice charts. Yeah.
Right. It uses the back of the thing.
Nice.
And, index. It's something a lot of games don't have. But for literally what that box set had for $12 back in the day was literally a complete game to set you up to play.
When did you buy this?
I didn't buy it. I got it for Christmas.
Oh, what year?
I don't remember. It was in the 80s.
In the 80s.
Thank you for watching, and please take a moment to like and sub.